You all, sorry the camera's off. Today we're going to talk about the Ford Taurus SHO V8. Sorry the camera's off. I have low vision for those of you who don't know. But today we're going to talk about a very rare car. Fast, rare V8 and a Taurus? You're saying, are you crazy? Do you know what you're talking about? Yes. In 1996 to 1999, Ford Taurus SHO sedan came with the high-performance V8 under the hood. 3 point, sorry about my phone, 3.4-liter V8 32-valve twin overhead cam with a, yes, listen to these words I'm about ready to say. This is the most ultimate engine you want to get your hands on. A Yamaha head with a Cosworth block. Yes, Yamaha and Cosworth worked together. Cosworth made the block. Yamaha made the head. Now you might say, is that really possible? Research it. Trust me, friends, it is. The 3.4 V8 outran Mustangs back in the day and made more horsepower than the small block V8 Mustangs back in the late 90s. And it could lead the Mustangs and Corvettes in the Justice family sedan. Now, there's a few ways to tell it was a third-gen Taurus. There's a few ways to tell the third gen apart from other generations. The third generation Taurus had 2 headlights on each side of the car, so that means 4 altogether. The running lights were right against the grille, and the regular headlights with the directionals were against the fender and above the bumper in the front. That had little running lights. And the way to tell the third gen from the fourth and fifth gen, because they all look the same, if you're not looking at the nose, look at the rear end. Look at the tail lights. Are they skinny or are they wide reverse lights? Look at the bumper. Is the license plate on the bumper in the rear or on the trunk lid? Only 96 to 99 had the license plate on the bumper. There's a little cool little fact you probably didn't know. And did you know this V8 only came in an automatic? Only an automatic with a Mazda 4-speed transmission. This car, the downfall was the transmission. The engine was more powerful than the transmission can handle. But their aftermarket websites, you can go on and get a modified transmission to make it so the potential this car has can be released with the new transmission. And they are aftermarket websites that you can get that will help modify and help add HP to the car to even make it faster. Now, this is the third gen SHO. They made a first and second gen SHO also. The first Ford Taurus SHO ever made was in 1989, and it was a manual 5-speed with a Yamaha 3.0 under the hood. Yes, a Yamaha engine in a Taurus. You might say Ford made the 3.0, didn't they? Well, yes, but they sent the 3.0 out to Yamaha to be highly modified, and Yamaha stamped their name on it. So that's what made that Yamaha. But the Taurus is an awesome car. An awesome family car, overlooked. It's one of the first aerodynamic cars with the headlights built flush to the car, and the door knobs built flush, and the mirrors built to be aerodynamic. That's why the sides of them curve out. You might not know it. It's one of the first American sedans with wraparound headlights and stuff. Look up the Ford Taurus back in the 80s and look at any other car back in the 80s. The Ford Taurus originated in 1985 as an 86 model. You could buy it. The Ford Taurus came out in 86, but you could buy it in 85 as an 86 model. But let's get back to the SHO V8. Awesome car. One little problem I'm going to let you all know right now. The camshaft sprocket would disconnect, and they were interference engines. And if that happened, catastrophic failure to the engine, meaning you'd have to do an entire engine build. But you can weld the camshaft sprocket, and you won't ever have that issue. So before you buy a Taurus SHO V8 3rd gen, I'm going to give you a list of things to check. 1. Check the coolant lines in the engine. They're known to corrode. They can be fixed, but you don't want to pay a lot of money for a car that has issues. 2nd, check the bolts to the unibody in the front to the subframe. If you hear a little sound, like a little tapping sound, that could be a subframe bolts. The thing that the bolt bolts into is known to rot and then spin inside the frame, and that means you need framework. And these cars are prone to rust underneath, and they're tube U-frames. And they're prone to rust out. Make sure you check the undercarriage out, make sure they ain't rotted. Check the transmission, take for a drive, make sure all the transmission gears shift. And if you do that, you should have a good car if there's no issues. Make sure to check all the gaps on the hood, both sides, make sure they're even. Make sure to check the gaps on the door. If they're off, that's a sign the car is in a wreck. And make sure that camshaft sprocket is welded. And if it is not, make sure nothing's wrong with it right now before you go to drive it home, and it looks fine. Buy it. They're fast cars. They're good to have. A few little issues they have, but besides the issues I told you about, those cars are awesome, fast. Wouldn't you love to have a car that your neighbor don't know is fast? You can say, yeah, I got a little grocery getter. Why is it so loud? Oh, it has a exhaust leak. When really, it's a V8 under your hood. Yes, it says 32 valve V8 on the side, but you can always scrape those emblems off they stick on, and you can always save them to put back on the car after by using glue to put it back on, or buy new 32 valve emblems to put on the side. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the Ford Taurus Show V8, the most ultimate family sedan with a V8 engine that you did not know about, that is rare and hard to get your hands on and very fun to drive. They had to put a governor on that car because it was so fast. People couldn't keep it on the road. They were crashing them in 96. They were so powerful, and they do not like the snow. Too much torque. When you hit that gas, it's instant power. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos. Check out my YouTube page. I also do songwriting. I also do speeches. I also do history lessons. I also do vacation destinations. I do many different kinds of things. Music playlist in my playlist. Check out my playlist for all the different playlists that I do. Videos, movies, everything you could think of. Check it out and check out my YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe to see more awesome videos. See you all soon. If you like this, please hit a like. And if you have a Taurus SHO V8 and you love it, comment below and let me know your story on yours. Did the camshaft sprocket let go? Did you get it fixed? Did you know about the issue? And how many cars have you left in the dust with your Taurus if you have one? Stay safe out there. See you all soon.